Hi guys, it's Leedy and I'm back and I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in November I had to do a retraction on a video that I put out about inspections. And I tell you guys about finding this gentleman. This gentleman's name is Tom Munro and he's in my house. So anyway, I had to make a retraction because I was always totally under the impression that if you bought a brand new condo, you did not get, don't bother with an inspection. You don't need one. You bought a brand new place. You know, the inspectors have gone through it. You've paid all that money. And okay, I had to eat my words. I'm wrong, wrong, wrong. You need to get an inspection done. So I am going to tell you that this gentleman not only is in my house, but he actually lives pretty close to where I live. He was local. So I picked up the phone. I thought, I'm going to do this. I have to do it. So I called him. He answered the phone. I was so excited. And I thought, he's not going to talk to me. He's too busy. You know, like he's on YouTube and he's got all these subscribers. And here he is. So, Tom, I am so excited you're here. I know. And you're an inspector. I mean, what can I say? How exciting can I get this get? So anyway, you guys, I'd like to introduce you to Tom Munro. He's a home inspector, condo inspector. He's got so many qualifications. I'm going to let him tell you. Tom, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Letty. And it's an honor to be on your channel. I really appreciate it. And it's also great to know that I've changed the mind of one consumer out there who's actually gone public and admitted that she was wrong, which normally you don't. Normally people wouldn't do that, but I think it's amazing. I am a certified home inspector in Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm a certified commercial inspector. I also carry qualifications in mold, asbestos, those sorts of details that can harm our families. I'm licensed by the Consumer Protection Program of British Columbia. I just want to say that knowing that the government has an arm of inspectors that are licensed, that are out there to protect the consumer is really important. And I think it's made some great strides. The government's made some great strides in trying to protect the consumer. It isn't, we do work in an industry that's unregulated. The construction industry is unregulated. There's no licensed contractors. They do have a business license, but they don't actually have licenses like inspectors do. I'm also on the certification board of my association, which is ASTTBC, and that helps me, help guide the industry and bring in new good inspectors that can help the consumer as well. So thank you for having me on your channel, and I really appreciate it.
Tom, you know what? I just think it's, I started doing this on YouTube because I just feel there's a real need that for everybody to start getting honest and getting our message out there that, assume nothing, and absolutely nothing. And there are very few people that we can find. I'm just coming from living in a condo. You do this as a business. This is your profession. And so I would like you to share an epiphany that you had, that what brought you to become an inspector, because I'm kind of starting from where Tom started probably a long time ago without certification. Mine's just living here. So Tom, please tell your story.
Okay, well great, thank you. So in 2001 I actually bought a home in North Vancouver and hired an inspector. And I'd actually had years of qualifications in the construction industry, but I just was looking for a second opinion on a home that I'd already fallen in love with. And I just wanted to make sure that I was not missing anything. Well, that inspector that I hired, the house was 3,200 square feet, and the inspector was there for about an hour and 10 minutes. And as inspectors, now I realize what inspectors should be doing: testing all the systems, getting on the roof, making sure that they do as much as they can do within their scope of inspection, which is typically a visual inspection, but there are some great tools that you can use to look through walls and stuff now. But that inspector was only there for about an hour and 10 minutes, and the problem is that they didn't have a ladder with them to get on the roof. The roof was, the home was 2 stories tall. I asked, did you get on the roof? Of course I got on the roof. Well, how did you get on the roof? You don't have a ladder. And he said he borrowed my neighbor's ladder. Well, I kind of thought, well, what if there was no neighbor's ladder there for you to borrow at the time? Or what if the neighbor's ladder was locked or something for other consumers? This is concerning. And so I thought, well, maybe there's a spot in that industry for myself, as I could take any of the courses and qualifications that I would need to become an inspector. But at the end of the day, that inspector completely let me down. He didn't take any pictures of the inspection at all. He handed me a paper checklist. It was a single-page report with just tick marks saying, you're good, you're good, you're good. After buying that home, there was tons of problems. There was signs of that there potentially had been a grow up started in my basement at one point. Never really transpired to anything of great substance to damaging the home, but there was no mention of that when I bought the home. So that's actually what got me into becoming an inspector, and I'm an inspector now for 9 years, and I absolutely love it. Every day is a challenge. Every day it's like you're a detective trying to figure out every different home, because every home is totally different. So that's what got me into it.
Wow. Wow. Well, the latter story is kind of interesting. So, be forewarned, you guys, if you're calling for an inspector and he's walking in with a clipboard and that's it, you just may want to give Tom a call and get a real report. One thing I have actually learned about your industry is that you pay what you get what you pay for. You can probably get an inspection for $200-300, so it's probably just going to be the clipboard. So this is pretty exciting for me to actually learn all of this information. But more than anything, the consumer needs to have all this information and really know. I just want you guys to know that Tom has agreed to do this one of 5 segments, so we're going to get lots of his information out to you guys to share with. Tom, where do you want to take all of this eventually?
Eventually, so one of my goals is becoming an inspector is to improve the industry overall, and that is by being. I'm also from the Consumer Protection Program. I'm a mentor and trainer. So any new inspector that wants to come into the industry has to actually come with an inspector like myself, and there are multiple other inspectors in the Vancouver area that are good inspectors, damn good inspectors that are also going to train these new inspectors as well. But I want to, my goal is to create an industry that restores the confidence of the consumer, that the consumer understands that there is someone out there fighting for them, making sure that they're not going to buy a home that's going to affect not only their pocketbook but their family's health in the way of mold and any other diseases that home could have. And my goal is to restore the consumer by leading by example. So what is an inspection? My creating my YouTube channels, I created them so that people could see what we do as inspectors, and there's some of my videos are visibly, you can see some of the disasters.
Yes.
Some of them are why you need to hire an inspector who has a ladder. What kind of questions to ask an inspector before you hire them to make sure that you're going to get what you're paying for. Ask to see a sample report from the inspector. What does the inspection include? And even you could even ask for references from past clients. Sometimes those clients are quite happy to answer a phone call and tell them what the inspection was like and what they got out of it. So there's lots of different ways of finding good inspectors, but overall the inspection industry needed to improve. And my goal is sitting on the board of certification for my association, I get to actually create the standard of practice for the new inspectors coming out and all the old inspectors to conform to, which is constantly trying to raise the bar so that the consumer gets more.
Wow. Well, we need you. Big time. I'm telling you. I mean, this is long overdue. You guys, we're going to end this interview, but do come back. Like I say, this is the one of 5. We're going to share some really awesome information. Please take the time to like this. We'd love some comments. Put some comments down below. There's lots of room, either on Tom's YouTube channel, which is Tom Munro, you can find them, or under Home Inspection.
The Home Inspector.
The Home Inspector. Sorry about that, the blonde thing. Anyway, you guys, and take the time to subscribe. You're not going to be disappointed. And you know what? If you're buying a condo, especially right now, you need this information. You guys need to know this knowledge. And so anyway, guys, thank you. Check back next week. Have a great day. Again, Tom, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. See you later.